So, welcome back. In this part I show you how I created the chains I have on the side of the cannon and some other little nice detailing stuff like some wooden boxes or metal boxes. And for the chains we just need a turbos with, I would suggest 12 sides. That's not too high, not too low poly, and just change it to 12 or more if you want. Best is power of 2, of course. And first of all, I delete half of it because I want to duplicate it and rotate it over. So Control D, E and rotate. And I bring it in the position I like, combine the two pieces together, and then I just select the opposite edges. Not like here, I merged all four together, just the opposite ones, and hit bridge, or if you already bridged, just hit G, and that would be the basic chain. Of course it's way too big and you have to scale it down. And now I'll show you how I created these little boxes, which are not boolean together, they are just stuck in the wooden parts. Just grab a box, scale it down and position it roughly where you want it. Of course you can change it later on because it's just a big floater. And for this we don't need the faces on the back side because it's stuck in wood and nobody can see behind it, so we can save a little bit of geometry here. Every little bit counts. And I just go back to edges and bevel it a bit like the other wooden parts before. 1 or 2 segments should work, maybe 3, but 3 would be a little much. Support loops for the bevels like in the parts before. And that's it. That's the wooden or metal piece you can use to attach your chains or ropes or I don't know what else. So of course you can make other stuff, you don't have to do that, but on the original pictures I saw that and I thought this could be very interesting. And to pivot the cannon in real life you need some strange wood thing on a stick to pivot the cannon up or down to fire higher or lower. And for this we need a wooden floor, so I make a new box and make it roughly the same size as the first one with the boolean inside. And what you can make is make it not the exact size, make it a little bit bigger or smaller, or just grab one vertex and chamfer it, or make it uneven or stuff like that so it doesn't look so computer generated. And for the floor I pick a height with an edge loop, extract it out and just duplicate the piece and scale it on -X because we want to flip it over. And if we have flip it over, we just put the vertex back and snap it together. After that we combine it and merge it down. So you see it's every time the same mechanics, all the time the same hotkeys. Bevel again, of course not the one in the middle, and add your number of segments you like. I tend to use 2 or 3, and we need some support loops for nice smoothing later on. And for smoothing I show you the technique for ZBrush in a few minutes because that's very important, or not in a few minutes. It's about 1 minute, I guess, because if we don't have exact topology, this piece of wood wouldn't work. Only the edges, but the even faces would have like 0 detail and it would be totally noisy. And for this we have to insert edge loops to give it a even spaced out topology, because ZBrush interpolates this if we divide it up. And for this I just grab the edge loop tool, put it on multiple edges and try it out. Normally 10 is good for large stuff. If you have a single box, one normally works. It don't has to be very exact, but it should look like a square. And if you have this will work perfectly. So if we want to apply some noise or spray noise on it in ZBrush and have a mesh which looks about like this, we have evenly high detailed noise on the whole mesh and not only on the edges or on little faces. And that's very important, but you have to do this only if you export it to ZBrush. And one other benefit is, if we use this as our base mesh, we can import it, or we can keep the base mesh in ZBrush, delete these edge loops and use it as our low poly. And for the Canon the same. If we would add noise right now, this would be very noisy, but in a bad way, because it's totally low poly, and it wouldn't look nice. So we have to add multiple edges again, and don't make them too far away, don't skew them together like here. This would be a bad example. So just lower your slider a bit and this would work. For the end this is okay, and just try it out for yourself. But keep this in mind, this is very important for ZBrush.